Rachel, and welcome to NBA 2K TV. Your source for in-game updates, 2K18 tips, and 2K TV exclusives with your favorite NBA personalities. Plus 2K TV Interactive, where you can earn some VC. You can watch 2K TV while you're loading, from the main menu, or even when you're in your MyCourt. If you're a longtime viewer, then you may notice that we have a new location. Welcome to the 2K TV Lounge. Here we'll be hanging out with some community members, devs, and some special guests. And today it's our home base for our holiday special. And we're starting it off with a legend. Over the summer, we recorded our special guest commentary with Kevin Harlan and Kobe Bryant. Here's your behind the scenes look and Kevin Harlan's take on the one and only Kobe.
And joining us in the booth for tonight's game, the incredibly talented Kobe Bryant. Kobe, thanks for joining us.
No, thank you, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of the team.
What's up, guys? Today I am here with Kevin Harlan, and you just wrapped up recording with one of our very special guests.
We finished up with Kobe Bryant, and I can honestly say, and I got in the business when I was 14 years old, I can honestly say I don't think I've ever been a part of something that was as revealing, as informative, as charismatic. I think he is going to give a wonderful feel with an insider's look at the game of basketball and maybe even more importantly, what it takes to be a champion.
Kobe, you've made no bones about patterning your game after Michael Jordan. You watched him while growing up. Can you give us a little insight into the impact of what he meant to you and how he formed you in some ways?
Sure. Well, I think most players growing up, at least my generation, probably watched him play and saw all of the fancy plays, the dunks, the highlights, and things of that nature. What I focused on was how he got there. The moves, the timing, the fundamentals, the spacing, the rhythm. That's what I studied meticulously. In the playoffs, you have to be able to post the ball up.
It lends us a look inside his mind on this game. I don't know that I've ever met anyone that not only loves the game as much as he does, but thinks the game through.
You have to ask yourself the question is, why are these moves that are being executed working?
Right.
It's not good enough just to look at them and say, okay, they work. I'm gonna go out and try to do the same thing. That's not good enough. You have to try to understand why they work. And in other situations, why didn't they work?
I think he's just gonna bring a completely different dimension, as I said, to this year's game.
For scorers, when you're locked into that mentality, it's very easy. It's almost like a racehorse. When you're racing with blinders on, you don't see anything else. You have one focus.
The fact that of all the different things he could do with basketball, he's turned down network jobs, turned down coaching, GM. He chose 2K to lend his basketball expertise. What a compliment to the company that he would choose this vehicle to be a part of his post-player time.
That's a cool thing about our game is we can make scenarios that may not happen in real life. There may not be another time where you would actually commentate with Kobe.
When you're playing, you're so immersed, so obsessed over the game.
That's your child.
That you don't even realize what you're missing. You don't even know. Like, I don't even see it. Wasn't even aware. So having that perspective now is, has changed things.
I don't think the fans are going to be disappointed.
Definitely not. Thanks to all of you that have sent in your best plays using the hashtag 2KTVWow. To wrap up this year, we've selected our favorites. First up, here are your top dunks. Dunks, and if you guys want to pull off some moves like that in NBA 2K, then Mr. Mike Wang is the man that you guys need to talk to, and I'm super excited to have you with us in the 2K TV Lounge.
Thank you so much for having me, Rachel.
Cool. So let's go over some basics real quick, gameplay basics.
Sure. So for the first thing, I think I want to say if you've been playing 2K for years and years, or if it's your first time ever picking up 2K, one of the first things I always tell people is to jump into 2KU. So that's one place where you can go in, you can peruse the 2KU tips glossary, and get a feel for all the new nuanced things in 2K. Jump into freestyle and just mess around, that's what we're gonna do. Or you can go to the 2KU game, and you'll play a game where we'll drop prompts and tell you some hints about how to play the game. So let's jump right into freestyle practice with our cover athlete.
All right, Mike, let's start with offense.
Okay, the cool thing about offense this year, and basically all the controls, is that if you've been playing 2K for the last few years, everything is the same. All the major systems are the same. So you still shoot with the shoot button, just press it and hold it, let go, and you see the shot meter fill up to the top. And you can also shoot with the pro stick. So the pro stick is our right thumbstick. You can press it and hold it in any direction, and then release your shot. So there's two ways to shoot. And if you want to dunk, or if you want to do layups, then you just drive to the basket, and then hold the pro stick in any direction, and you'll get a layup. And then for dunks, if you hold the sprint trigger, and you run to the basket, and then you hold the pro stick, either forward, back, left, or right, and that's how you get your dunks. Holding to the right, we'll dunk with his right hand, and holding to the left, we'll dunk with his left hand. Or layup if you're Kyrie.
Or layup.
If you hold the pro stick away, and that's how you do your flashy dunks. So for the better dunkers, that's how you get some of the more over-the-top dunks, which Kyrie doesn't have.
Like the ones that we just saw in our top plays.
Exactly.
Any changes to passing this year?
Yeah, there's actually a couple of new mechanics with passing. One of the things that I think people are really gonna like is we have a new way to do skip passes. So if you press and hold the pass button, you'll see a little basketball icon underneath the feet of your receivers. And the longer you hold it, the further it'll pass it. So it's a really quick way just to get past up court or just hit the guy on the far side of the court.
Okay, Mike, let's talk about the signature dribble moves. Those are some of my favorite.
Yeah, we have Kyrie, one of your favorite players, one of the best ball handlers in the league. The signature dribbles are really easy to pull off. We call them rhythm dribbles. Use the pro stick and you just flick it toward the basket. And you'll see he just pulls off this sick combo. And you can branch at any time out of this to first step or to other moves as well. So you can just kind of chain moves together by flicking the stick in different directions. And just kind of create whatever combo you want. And you can also do it while you're walking, which is something that's new this year in 2K18. If you're walking forward, you can kind of flick your stick in two directions and get like a double move. And it's a great way to set defenders up. And then break them down for a first step, drive to the basket.
Cool. Well, thank you for the rundown, Mike, and I'm sure that you'll be joining us much more on 2K TV in 2018.
I'm looking forward to it.
Now that you have the basics down, let's take a look at all the things that you can do in NBA 2K18. Play Now is your spot to jump right into an NBA game. Play with nearly 100 historic and all-time teams, or use the current NBA teams that are constantly updated with the latest roster moves, injuries, rotations, and more. You can even play the current schedules games through NBA Today. Take your skills online with Play Now Online, or join up with 9 other players to play All-Star Team Up. And if you want to take it to the street with NBA players, then we have Blacktop Mode. New to 2K18 is MyGM The Next Chapter. Become the GM of your favorite team and try to win an NBA championship with new challenges from your players and team owner. But if you want a more sandbox experience, check out My League. Take complete control of one or all 30 teams, do a fantasy draft, skip right to the playoffs, or create expansion teams to customize your league. You can play online with others or start today to finish the rest of the season and beyond. Remember, you earn VC for playing in any of these modes, and if you want to customize your 2K18 experience, you can edit sliders, create your own shoes, and customize your own NBA roster in the options menu. We'll be breaking down all the modes for you in the next few weeks. And today joining us in the 2K TV Lounge, we have 2K game designer Dan Indra to break down some MyCAREER. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we had some changes in 2K18.
We have new stuff, but we have the old stuff too. The biggest change is when you're creating your MyPlayer, you combine 2 archetypes into one. So not everybody out there is going to be the same 3-point specialist or post specialist or glass cleaner. Basically, we've added what we're calling the neighborhood, so definitely explore. Everything's out there. We have clothing shops, you can get your hair cut. We have some courts where you can do half-court games like one-on-one, the dunk contest. We added the 2K Zone that has some mini games in it and other stuff you can interact with. And probably the biggest thing you'll notice in the world is that we've taken the parks that used to be very separate and we've put them right there too. So you can go back and forth between the two, same character, same time, same session. and have that experience too, which we think is really cool.
If only the neighborhood I lived in, everything was this close.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
All right, so let's talk about how the neighborhood funnels into our whole MyCAREER story that we can experience.
A lot of it's the same stuff we did with the shop. So it's things that we used to have in menus. We decided, let's put them in the neighborhood. We did the same thing with scenes. So instead of just having a scene pop up after a game, you actually have to go to your agent's office to talk to him. One of the things that was really important to us about the neighborhood when we put it in was to not have it be there just to be pretty. So no matter what you're doing in the neighborhood, including the playground as well, you will be upgrading and moving further down the road to 99. And as you've probably seen from a lot of the past segments, when you hit 98 on that road to 99, we feature you on 2K TV. We've been super excited with the dozens of people who've made it this far, and they're coming faster and faster all the time.
Cool. Well, Dan, thank you for joining us in the 2K TV Lounge and giving us this little breakdown. We'll do more of this later on in the season.
Thanks for having me.
You can learn only so much, right?
Yeah,
but there's something innate in the way you walk.
Absolutely.
And now, more from our recording session with Kevin Harlan and Kobe Bryant.
There's certain things that are just naturally there, and I don't know if it comes from whether 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, whatever the case may be, and being around the game so much, watching it so much. But there's certain things that are just naturally there.
Was that strange working with someone who used to just be talking about them when they were on the court?
That's a great question. And a great thought, because I broadcast Kobe's first playoff series. He took a shot at the very end, could have won the game, and missed it. He missed it badly. And I'll never forget this 17-year-old kid walking off the floor in the Laker gold and purple. And you know, head hung, and the veterans coming around him, and while I could not hear it, I knew exactly what they're saying. Your career is going to be filled with game-winning shots, series-clinching plays. You said this is just part of the process. Well, the way he is, his determination took him to probably a completely different level, because he was so taken by that failure. And then look what it produced, you know, 18 All-Star appearances, 4 MVPs in the All-Star, 5-time NBA champion. He learned his lesson well.
And is there one game that you would say is the most memorable that you ever called of Kobe's?
I didn't call it, but the final game he played with the 60 points, I watched it on television and was just like everybody else in the country, glued to the game. Because you just couldn't believe a guy that has been through what he's been through physically in this very final game with all the emotion and circus-like atmosphere embracing that game, how he came out and had that kind of game.
You look back to the final game as a player, Kobe, all the emotion that was building up for that moment. Then you go out and score 60 points. Surreal moment. Did you ever think for any moment that maybe I've got 1 year left in the tank after that 60-point performance?
You know what? It wasn't a matter if I had another year in the tank. It was just, I just don't want to do this anymore. You know, I wake up in the morning, my body's sore. And, you know, that 60-point game was everything I had left for that year, and to be able to have to like reboot that and reset the system all over again, no thank you.
He left us wanting more, which is what all great performers do.
Every season was a new puzzle, right? So it's, you know, as a leader of the team, it's not so much about yourself. You know, you have to put that to the side and think about how to put together the puzzle for your teammates. How do you put them in the situation where they're reaching their max potential?
Yes.
I've never heard him as open as he was in this game when we're doing these games together, which to me was just captivating.
Thank you for coming on 2K TV.
Great to be on with you.
Well, Kobe, I know you can't stay any longer, but I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of our fans watching and playing the game tonight. Always a pleasure to have you drop by our broadcast.
No, thank you for having me, man, and anytime.
It's time to go pro in 2K18. The first round of qualifiers for the NBA 2K League takes place in January from the 1st until the 31st. To qualify, win 50 games with your MyPlayer in any Pro-Am game. You can take on the world in Pro-Am Walk-On by yourself or with a squad, or customize and own a Pro-Am team so you and your friends can reach that 50-win mark together. You will also need to fill out an online registration form, so stay tuned to the NBA 2K League Twitter and the official site at www.nba2kleague.com. Will you be one of the first to go pro at NBA 2K and be drafted by one of these 17 teams? Qualify in January, and good luck, guys. You got this. We are honored to have Kyrie Irving as our 2K18 cover athlete and as a guest on 2K TV. Earlier in the season, we showed you part of that interview, and today it's time to check out the rest. So when did you know that you wanted to be an NBA player?
The feeling when I was in 4th grade after I left the NBA Finals game. The NBA was definitely a hefty goal, but I worked every single day in order to get there.
So you also in high school and in college played with some guys who are now in the NBA.
A lot of guys. A lot of guys I played against or I've seen play. You know, it's been awesome. You get to see how everyone interacts with one another as we get older, how we all mature, and then obviously where our careers go.
Are there any guys that you played with maybe in high school or college who have a very similar style of game that they used to before?
I think Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, who I went to high school with, just an energy guy, able to get you points, able to do all the little things in order to help your team win. He's the same guy, so seeing how his career is progressing is just awesome.
Which NBA player did you look up to as a kid?
Oh man, Kobe. Kobe was that guy for me from a mental standpoint, physical standpoint. I didn't happen to be 6'6" with long arms like he was, so I had to figure it out in a way that was formatted for my game and how to be successful. So watch Kobe, Chris Paul, you know, other great players have come before them, Isaiah Thomas, Larry Bird, you know, MJ, of course, and just trying to learn as much as possible from point guards all the way down to guys on the post like Tim Duncan and KG, you know, just footwork stuff and little nuances that can separate you in a game of basketball.
And for our viewers at home who want to accomplish their dreams one day, one piece of advice you would give to them?
Always realize your potential. Anything that you want to accomplish comes with a lot of hard work, even more patience.
Perfect. Congratulations again, of course, on your career and
Thank you.
Also becoming a 2K cover athlete.
I'm
joining
excited.
The family.
Yes, man. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it.
High five.
Yes.
And if you want to check out the first part of that interview, then make sure that you access 2K TV from the main menu. And now joining us in the 2K TV lounge, we have Robbie, which means it's time to talk some MyTEAM.
Let's do it.
Let's jump in with the basics. You get into MyTEAM, what's the first thing that our viewers need to do?
You're gonna start with warm-up challenges. Those are the easiest ways to just hop into the game after you open your starter pack. You can see that I've completed the first one here, but complete 5, you get a nice little reward. You get a gold player right away, and it gets you on your road to earning some better players and doing some better things in the game.
And helps you get the swing of things in the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the point of MyTEAM is to collect these players.
Yep.
And make a great team.
Yeah, you absolutely collect a lot of cards throughout the season. If you're invested in the mode, it's going to invest back in you because the more that you play, the more that you earn. And then you can also do things like opening packs and getting on the auction house and stuff like that. But we'll get there later.
All right, so you collect your players, you can customize your lineup. What else can you customize in MyTEAM?
You can pick NBA jerseys, and then when you reach a certain level in MyTEAM, you can customize everything. You can have your own custom court, your own custom ball, your own custom uniforms. Anything to personalize your team is in the game.
What color scheme is your team normally?
Right now, because it changes, is blue and yellow. That's the Budget Ballers colors.
Cool. All All right, Robbie, so what's your #1 tip for anybody playing MyTEAM?
You can always try things through the play menu, but I definitely recommend that you go through to this goals menu right here. You can do a simple task, complete a challenge game, open a pack, get a free agent card, make a lineup, and view the box market, and that gives you a reward. When you get farther down here, you can get some great reward players. You got your boy Swish here, J.R. Smith, and then all the way at the end is a cover boy, Shaquille O'Neal, but you've got to do some really, really involved stuff. So you start out small, little rewards, and then you kind of get a little path and a way to do things, and the more things that you do in MyTEAM, the better your rewards.
With the holidays right around the corner, is there anything fun and exciting coming up?
A little birdie told me right now, as we're talking, there might be a Lakers legend involved in MyTEAM.
Well, thank you for joining us, Robbie. I hope that you have an awesome holiday, and we will definitely be on the lookout for that Lakers legend.
Sounds good.
You don't look good. Way to finish that!
A couple weeks ago, we featured our interview with Andre Drummond at the bowling alley. And here's what happened when we actually hit the lanes.
Absolutely.
Do you go bowling for like team bonding?
I used to go, like my first 2 years, I used to go like every other night. I joined a bowling league and everything.
Really?
Yeah, but then started focusing on basketball. I played in a while though, 8 months ago maybe.
So you're brushing the rust off with us. All right, let's go at the same time.
Ready?
How many do you think we can get total?
20, so that means you both get a strike.
Pressure's on. All right, ready? No, I gutter balled it.
Me too.
Wow. Oh. Nice. So with your NBA schedule, it's so hectic. How important is it for you to find time to like?
Absolutely. Everybody needs to release from their day job. So for me, I work out all the time. I play basketball every day of my life.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just need a chance to just really relax and just do all the stuff I love to do. And bowling happens to be one of them. I like to go on hikes, go to beaches.
A little reset.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Everybody needs a reset in their life. Come on, you got this. That's a strike, or not.
Oh, yeah. You got your strike.
Perfect.
Oh, come on.
Not bad.
Is there any way bowling has helped your basketball?
Don't think so.
Is there any skill from basketball that you've taken to bowling?
Focus.
Focus, all right. That's all I need right now.
Focus. There you go.
No!
Oh
my God. Got it. I was gonna say, there's a board over there that has like celebrity high scores. And the highest is John Wall. I think it's like almost 200 or a little over 200. But the lowest on the celebrity board is LeBron.
I already passed him, so I think I got my name on the board.
Oh.
Strike. That's it.
Oh! Yeah!
Yo, the 2K MC here, and it's time for your 2K TV Wow Top Plays of the Month. Each week, you vote for your favorite plays, and now you choose who wins 250,000 VC. Oh, man. Let's get started with last month's winner, Mob Wolf, going up and slamming the putback jam. A 360 between the legs putback. Insanity. Way to go, Wolfie. Next is Legend Go Crazy in Pro-Am Walk-On. Ankles. to the windmill poster, taking the whole team on by himself. Staying in Pro-Am with K. Mercer, dropping 2 defenders and hitting the rainbow 3! Getting twice the embarrassment with that step back. What were you guys even doing? Finally, I Am Legend. Getting the steal, shoving the defender, and finishing with style. Get out of his way. He will humiliate you in front of your family. It's time for you to vote. Choose your favorite play, and the winner will receive 250,000 VC for the top play of the month. And if you want to see your plays here, submit on social media with the hashtag 2KTVWow. This is the 2KMC signing off.
All right, guys, last but not least, joining me in the lounge, we have Ronnie 2K. Thanks for joining us on our holiday special.
Yeah.
2017 is coming to a close.
Happy holidays to everyone.
And the new year is just around the corner. What are you most excited about?
2018 is going to be crazy. We got the 2K League, Pink Diamonds, lots of new MyTEAM content, so it should be really exciting.
All right, and going through the holidays, we also have some fun things going on.
Yeah, 2K has to celebrate. It's going to be a very Kobe Christmas, and I think the fans are going to be super stoked with what we have coming up.
Well, thank you for joining us, Ronnie. We will definitely have to have you back in the new year.
And you have a good holiday.
Thank you. And thank you guys for tuning in to our holiday special. I hope that you enjoyed, and please make sure that you tune back in on January 5th for a brand new episode, and we'll see you there.